Today we have Jesse Patrick and Tyler Daniels. I always want to say Patrick and Daniels every single time, so I tried to add the first first names in there. It's so great to have you on here.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, oh, good, good. Thanks for coming. So I have a few questions for you. Share your special moment when you knew you wanted to pursue a career in music. Go ahead.
Soon I met this guy.
Oh, you butter me up.
Oh. Yeah, you probably go first.
Sure. I mean, I've told the story multiple times on how I played hooky from school with my dad and drank coffee and listened to vinyls. Um, Monumental change in my life at 12 years old. We sat around and just had a father son day and listened to records. The main one being Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? And once I heard Purple Haze, that was pretty much that. The rest is history. I was playing guitar that week. Um, yeah, no, that for me was just instantly wanted to be a guitar player. And I did, I picked up my first guitar at 12 and I was on stage, my first show in front of people at 14.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. My dad took me to a Megadeth and Slayer concert, and the drummer for Megadeth waved to me, and I'm like, "That's what I want to be, the drummer, right there." So, and then I saw Dave Lombardo from Slayer, and I was like, "Okay, now I really." Yeah. So, and that was pretty much it. That was back in 2010. Dad's really coming through here, I guess.
So with the pandemic, there's a lot of negativity that's happened with the music industry, and it's been very trying for all of us with our music careers. But I'm wondering if you guys can share some positive things that you've realized or noticed since COVID has started in the music industry.
Being honest, COVID was kind of the best thing that ever happened for me musically.
Yeah.
Like I had my band when I came home, like we were kind of just starting out, and unfortunately, the first few shows we played were all stormed out, so we ended up like playing to nobody for both of them, just the way things went. And then when the first lockdown happened, I had applied to play the Carlton's virtual shows. It's like they're just like anyone, it's virtual shows. We'll find a way to make this work, and I didn't get a slot in that. And I had met Jester when my daughter was coming down to visit for the first time, Jester J. Brown. So we met over getting some baby stuff. And me and Jester ended up linking up, having a little jam. We fused together really well. And when things opened back up, there was a cancellation in one of their lines, and the Carlton messaged me and said, "Hey, look, like we didn't get you into the virtual shows, but we just had a slot open up on a Thursday. You got 2 weeks to get ready. Can you put a show together?" And I was like, "Cool, yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna skip out on an opportunity, especially in a venue like the Carlton, where I wasn't really doing anything in town. I was new back and really struggling to find opportunities, and Jester and I together sold that show out on 2 weeks' notice, and we've been full houses ever since. And then I met Tyler on Kijiji, just responding to a guitarist wanted ad that I had said, "Hey, I'm looking for projects." Like at this time, it was like anything and everything, right? And there were some good projects that came my way, and there were some really bad projects that came my way. And when we first auditioned Tyler, it was actually a project that me, George Wolf, and Robert Campbell were trying to put together as like a progressive um, jazz group. And the day didn't really pan out for the tryout, and but Tyler stuck around, and we ended up hanging out. And we went over to Jester's one day, and the three of us really just clicked. And then Tyler's never left.
Basically, I'm a leech. Progressive jazz when I really only ever played like progressive metal, which is the exact opposite. So yeah, it was great. It was good. It was a good tryout. I was sweating bullets. I was like, yeah, I know how to play jazz, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
And it's so wonderful to hear soul music and jazz. And I mean, when I saw you over at Shelby's Bunker, that was so nice to hear all that jazz. And even when you came over to King Street, hearing that the soulful sounds is really nice and refreshing. So just want to thank you for that.
You came to see us at the Firk, though, didn't you? Firkenstein.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it was the Firkenstein, not King Street.
You're
Okay.
about to get me in trouble.
Oh my goodness. Oh. See what I
Shout out
did?
shout out to
I'll cut that piece.
Love
Don't
Devin.
worry. What's that?
We love Devin. He's awesome.
I'll cut that piece out. See, I'm a little
Not
bit.
at all. This is
No,
the gold
this-
stuff.
This is good.
Oh yeah, I know. It is really
Come on,
funny.
man. This is
Oh, that-
unfiltered.
We
We
can't
make
take this
mistakes. No.
You can't even take the part out where you say you're going to take this out. It's all gold.
No, it's all yeah, it's true. I just had to interview the same thing. The thing I used for the commercial was when I said you need to cut that piece, and that was the one that I used to advertise. It's just so funny.
It's funny
Ooh.
how things work out, like, where you say there's a lot of negativity. Like, I just saw a pandemic as an opportunity to get more creative and find new innovative ways to really get out there. And
So true.
honestly, like, we saw in the first lockdown like a 250% growth in the first quarter,
Yeah.
and then when things opened back up, like, even venues that wanted full bands, they just wanted me and Tyler after a while. Like, the duo kind of became the request when I was pitching everything. Like, I was still doing some solo shows, and then we kind of started the Brothers and Groove thing going on, but all venues were just like, yo, you and Tyler, that's good. That's the format. We love this format where
Yes.
you're both front and center and you're both playing off each other. Like, if you've been to our show, it's 40% music and 60% us just goofing off.
That's true. And I like it's kind of true with the pandemic too, because it did create this moment where we realized that if we're going to do it, we need to do it now. Because when can we do it again, sort of thing.
I'm in courses right now with CB Mike, which is great that Steve Antle's hosting. And he made a very true statement, in terms of getting reach. There's no better time to be in the music industry. It's just where there's no like A&R reps anymore. You just got to be creative in the way that you go about it. So that's really what we're trying to do, is just find new innovative ways to stay relevant while, I've been offered some solo gigs, but I don't want to play gigs anymore without Tyler, because it just feels weird doing it by myself now.
Oh, stop. That was so sweet.
I always want to put on the best quality show, and I don't feel that I'm the best quality anymore by myself. Like, yeah, I can hold my own in a 3-hour show, but I don't want to. I'd rather wait, and when I come through, it doesn't feel like something's missing.
I can't at all, so. Nobody's gonna come hear me just hit a snare drum and scream into a microphone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm actually nervous right now. Like, I'm nervous talking to you guys. Because it's been like, I don't know, you guys are doing so awesome.
Oh my god.
Starstruck right now, like I don't even know what to do. I thought I'd be okay. It's just really funny, even when I saw you over at Firkenstein for the first time after my album release, it was just funny. I was a little nervous, but now I'm sitting here representing you guys, so I need to make sure it's up to par, and I'm here shaking. So, speaking of artists and such, I guess we should ask that question that we love to ask. If you could perform with anyone in the whole entire world, dead or alive, who would it be?
Go ahead.
Probably Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak right now.
Oh, nice.
The shiz.
Yeah, why not be a part of Silk Sonic?
That'd be amazing. Yeah, those guys are on the next level right now for me, for sure. But, I don't know, dead or alive, all time. I don't know. I'd really like, to be the drummer for Megadeth. Like, anytime, that'd be great.
Cool.
I'll have to kill Kirk Van Buren, who's the current drummer. I'll just be like, yeah, no, I'm feeling it. It's all good. It's all good.
I found, especially in the last year, and I'm sure Tyler can attest to it, that I've really been developing my craft in songwriting. So when I think of how I'd want to perform now, Like, though I love doing shows as a duo and putting on performances as the band, I haven't really done a lot of like professional songwriter circle type stuff. And if I wanted to perform with anybody who's kind of relevant right now, like in terms of just writers who are amazing performers, I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in Banff, Foy Vance. If I could play with anybody right now, I would want to play with Foy Vance.
Very nice. Hashtag here.
And I'm also going to put that on your Instagram and be like, hey, remember the awesome guy with the hat in the market that you watched play? I want to come play with you.
I'll put that, I'll give you the little clip right there. Send that out.
This whole podcast from here out is just me begging Foy Vance for an opportunity to play with him.
Please. Get me out of Nova Scotia. Just kidding. Love Nova Scotia.
Oh yes, I know, right? Careful what you say. Careful what you say. I'm just
I apologize to anyone who's offended.
Hashtag trigger.
Yeah. You don't know what could happen. What do you think we need more of in the music business or music industry?
We need more money.
We need more money. And more people to bring us money.
Yeah, we need streaming platforms that don't pay us 0.02 cents every time our song is played. It's great that music is easily accessible, but it's also very easy to
Steal it.
have, well, not so much steal, but it's just an overwhelming amount of content per day that's out there now. Like, there's great artists that are just getting buried underneath layers and layers and layers of music. Last stat I saw for Spotify was 65,000 songs in a day. Like, how do you get the runaround? And that's why like royalties for streaming have gone from 90 cents on the dollar to 2 cents on the dollar, because everyone's getting a chunk of that, and there's not a lot of filtration process. Anyone with an interface is getting a slice of the same kind of pie, whether they're actively working in their communities or not. So I think if anything, like, it would be nice to have streaming services in general just put some kind of, there's no scouting anymore for artists, but to put some kind of team together amongst their organizations that actually go through a selection. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of content, and I don't know. You just have to go through a lot to find the magical stuff, and yeah, that's really what it is, especially in these times, because we're not performing, and somewhere something's got to give on, we perform because we're passionate about it, but we put a lot of time and effort and financial investment into what we do. And when you're at that point where we've got tens of thousands of dollars invested in our business, it's really hard to sell. Like, people don't really buy CDs anymore, other than for nostalgia purposes and for collecting. Cars don't really have CD players anymore, right? So, streaming is where people are getting their music from. I hope that somehow it balances out, that there's an equal proportion to the amount of work, effort, and commitment people are putting into their projects. I have no idea how you do it, but that would be a good thing, especially in these trying times. The artists that have really put in their work and can submit their numbers and show that they're actively involved in their communities, or maybe have community apps for that, where people can get an app for that and explore their local music more. I know CIOE is great for that. If I'm going to listen to like radio, it's always on 97.5, but I know even in my friend group, no one really listens to radio anymore, right? They just kind of put on their playlists. Even listening to albums has changed, if you really think about it. Like, most times you just new release radar, hear one tune, and move on from the artist. Like, I still like to listen to full albums all the way through, because
I'm big on that too.
There's a story. I'm the same.
But, yeah, and tunes are arranged specifically to flow a certain way. So, like, you might hear this one title track, but it makes more sense when you get the rest of the album. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's like listening to just one song of a Pink Floyd album. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it just wouldn't connect the same way now.
I have to comment on those awesome pictures behind you.
I knew it. I knew
Star Wars, all three of well, three of them, the three big good ones.
all three of them. All three of them.
Don't ask Tyler his favorite.
Yeah. Although I will say, actually, I'm a big fan of Episode 3 just because of the cheesiness. You know.
Yeah.
General Grievous is in that. Like, I mean, the Emperor's all extra evil. You know, it's the best one.
Unlimited power.
Amazing. Totally going in. It'd probably be like the first thing people see. Absolutely love
that
it.
should be like the
That's the thumbnail.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I only have one more question actually, because I only did 5 because I didn't want it to go too long because time flies so quickly. Like it's already been a half an hour. Like it's just so funny how time just completely flies.
The most ADD chatterboxes to do a short interview.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, Heather.
Awesome. Okay. What's next for you guys? Let everyone know. Let your followers know what's next.
Well, we just finished recording in Cape Breton with legendary Canadian producer Mark Howard. He's produced for, he's worked with Katie Lang, Joni Mitchell, Robert Plant. Just did the Bare Naked Ladies' new album, Pretty Archie's new record. Like, this guy has worked with everyone. U2, Neil Young. I almost said YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
So we just finished recording with Justin Mackey in Ontario. He came down to Nova Scotia to work with us for a month and a half on this project, and we did it old school, live off the floor, no isolated booths, no click tracks, just a lot of practice preparation and smash it while we're there. So we were set for 10 tunes, we got 11.
That's so
We've got a full 11 song LP coming out
at the end of the new year? Yeah, I just want to make sure because it went a little bit quiet there. So at the end of the new year, some music coming our way. I can't wait. Seriously.
And the first single is released. New Year's is, I mean, this will be aired in April, but it's on the top 30s playlist right now, and hopefully it's still there when this airs.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, congratulations.
I sing harmony.
So we'll start with a new tune. I wrote this one of my restless ADD nights at like 4 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. So it was a nice night, and I just literally went outside and laid in the grass and just wrote every single random thought that I had and turned it into a song. So this tune's called "I'm Allowed to Dream." Actually, or you'll be hearing the thump thump thumping.
Oh yeah.
I laid in the grass, looked up at the stars. I closed my eyes for a minute, then I started to dream. No baggage to pack, no places too far. I could be with whomever, fly to wherever that I want to be. Maybe I could see Japan, I'll take a rocket to Mars, or sit back with a coconut rum on a golden sandy beach. 'Cause I may not know much, but one thing I know is the fool's gold skin can shimmer just like gold. I need to be here, know the wind's in the house, but that don't mean my head can't be soaring through the clouds. There's things I won't do, things I won't say, things I won't taste, things I won't see. I'm allowed to dream. I dream about a beautiful girl who shows me nothing but love. Love scratching my head and sexing me in bed, giving me shoulder rubs. She treats me good and smells real pretty. He can quote lines from Star Wars and he can't eat dairy. Yeah, you got the swagger to boot. Her skin is tattooed. She plays a little guitar and sings a little rhythm and blues. Cause I may not know much, but one thing I know is the fool's gold skater can shimmer just like gold. I need to be here, the wind's in the house, but that don't mean my head can't be soaring through the clouds. There's things I won't do, things I won't say, things I won't taste, things I won't see, but I'm allowed to dream. We're living in a crazy world. Take time to catch a break. No woes, no work, no worries. Just to find your happy place. Cause I may not know much, but one thing I know is a fool's gold skater can shimmer just like gold. Cause I need to be here with the winds in the house, but that don't mean my head can't be soaring through the clouds. There's things I won't do, things I won't say, things I won't taste, and things I won't see, but I'm allowed to dream. Things I won't taste, things I won't see, but I'm allowed to dream. We'll do another new one. This one's a little bit different, actually. You know me, it's all funky, groovy, fun tunes, and like I said, I've really dug deep in my songwriting this year, and I've really taken on a Americana and roots direction lately. So this is my first kind of cowboy country chord folk song. So
Nice.
hopefully you like it. This isn't normally something
Sure, it'll be
for me,
yeah.
but this is Seasons. She was my sunshine, my blue skies, my violets in bloom. Sweet taste and the warm breeze that bore her perfume. There were fun times and high times that ended too soon. Dark times weren't as dark when I was with you. Winter's gonna come round, snow's gonna fall. Cold winds from mountains, chill lonely bones. Time, don't forget the seasons gonna change. Soon the lover brings the summer back round again. There were long days and cold nights, blizzards and storms, heat waves and earthquakes that shook homes and hearts. Love's like the fall leaves, vivid and bright, till they turn brown and brittle and wither and die. The winter's gonna come round, snow's gonna fall, cold winds from mountains, chill lonely bones. Time, don't forget the seasons gonna change. Soon lover brings the summer back round.
ground again. The sun sets and rises, like it or not. Time's hands won't still, life will not stop. Love's no exception, there's a future and past. So soak up the warmth where you can. Winter's gonna come round, snow's gonna fall. Cold winds from mountains, chill lonely bones. In time, don't forget the seasons gonna change. Sooner ever brings the summer back round again. Sooner ever brings the summer back round again.
Why don't we give you a classic? What are you thinking?
Probably.
Is there?
Do it. It's the one I sing the most in, so. All began with a one-night stand, and the girl who stole my heart, she was hot, so I played her cool. She was coy, I was smooth. I wish that I'd known from the start that I'd feel the way that I feel. So now it seems we've hit a fork in the road. One looks forward, one is hollow. So tell me now, which one will you follow? I think it is time you make up your mind. It's after it's right along this winding road. It's on this chain, it makes me a slave, and I don't wanna be alone. 'Cause I know I'm close to that edge, and if I take one more step, head over heels, falling to you. I want you to take a final step, fall into me, yeah, fall into me. Ow. Well, you've been up, I've been down, trying to find that peace of mind on the middle ground. Mistakes are made, but the price has been paid. Love's worth more than its weight in gold. So why do you force this type of extortion? Why you gotta torture me? Yeah. And why do you tease me, love me, or leave me, hide me, or let me free? 'Cause I know I'm close to that edge, and if I take one more step, head over heels, falling to you. I want you to take a final step, fall into me, yeah, fall into me. Cause I know there's the that edge, and if I take one more step,
Head over heels, falling. I want you to take a final step and fall into me. 'Cause I know I'm close to that edge, and if I take one more step, head over heels, fall into you. I want you to take a final step, fall into me. Yeah, fall into me.
Oh, no.
Tyler, do you want to make your songwriting debut right here on Scotia Music Virtually Mike?
I've sang it a few times now. I do need the lyrics though, because all the verses start off the same. So I'm gonna cheat here.
Tyler wrote a tune that made the cut.
Yeah.
On the cutting floor.
Was
So.
it the 11th one?
No,
the-
actually, I think we've got it listed at like track 5.
Yeah.
Kind of like dead center. But
let's see if
Tyler
I
wrote
have
this
the
one all on his own.
Oh, I love it.
Should have the lyrics.
His first recorded song.
Oh my god. His first recorded song.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I got it here.
All right.
Oh, you're fine. It's hard to leave the love of your life. How could you do that? I'll tell you why. Every time that we break up, it's harder to make up. You see the tears roll from my eyes. It's hard to leave the love of your life when you could see her as your wife. You're so worth the saving. My heart's always breaking. You know I still think you'll be mine. It's hard to leave the love of your life, but I don't know what else I can do. The pain that you cause leaves so many scars. You don't see what you're putting me through. It's hard to leave the love of your life, but you're the only one who can save you. Is it selfish to walk away, or worse for me to stay? I don't know what else I should do. I don't know what else I should do. I don't know what else I should do.